Izzy is an incredible fighter. His technique is incredible. In fact, he came out with a very interesting take a couple of days ago. He said, yeah, this fight's got it all. You got the skinny guy with the technique taking on the big roided out monster or something to that effect. He said, I'm going to be like Bruce Lee out there. It's going to be an example of martial arts, the smaller, skinnier guy taking out the big, strong one. I think that's an incredible fight because Costa is the big guy. He is stronger, but my God, he's a fucking animal in there. He knows how to fight. He's a big dude. He's got incredible punching power, good takedown defense, and has a good gas tank as well for a guy that has so much muscle. And of course, Izzy, I mean, he's on a fucking roll right now. If you look at his resume, you know, I mean, he's beaten Yoel Romero, Robert Whittaker, Jacare Souza, no, not Jacare, Derek Brunson, Paulo Costa, Thiago, Brad Tavares. He's got a very, very impressive resume. And if he can go through Costa as well, if he beats Costa, I don't see anybody beating him anytime soon.
I would not say impressed, but I would not underestimate his performance as well because he kept winning, you know, so and I lost against him once and I underestimated him once. So I have better don't underestimate anything from him by now, you know. But yes, he was a great performance. I think he did what he used to do technically.
Do you think he is a lot better today than the guy that you fought 2.5 years ago? Do you think he has improved a lot since that fight?
Okay, so that is going to be difficult for me to answer that question because how can I know? Because at the end of the day, I lost that fight. Like if I would have win the fight, yes, I will be able to judge that. But like, it's not something that you know, on my standing point I can judge it. But since he has he deal with that fight, that means for me he was good that day.
By the way, what do you make of his new physique? He's a lot, you know, slimmer these days. Not so much. He hasn't lost a lot of weight, but he looks different, right? I mean, he just seems a lot, you know, like just less, I don't know, less chunky, a lot more cut than he was when he fought you 2.5 years ago. Am I crazy, or do you agree with me?
I don't know, maybe it's his head cut, his shape and his mustache and everything. All those things has changed, so I don't know what exactly. You know, sometimes just the head cut can change somebody's physique.
I got 4 more left. You know, I've signed my last contract with UFC. I'm gonna ride these last 4 fights out, and I'm done. So I could see at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. I could see that light, you know. But I'm not afraid of it anymore. Before, for like so many years, I used to be like, no, I'm not even gonna think about that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna think about retirement, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was 27, I was like, all right. When I'm 37 years old, I'm going to look at everything and I'm going to see where my health is at. I'm going to see where my money's at. And if it's time to, you know, maybe I'll take a couple more fights. And then I hit 37 and I'm like, man, I feel better at 37 than I did at 27. So yeah. I guess I'm gonna stick with it, you know. And now it's to the point where it's like, all right, you know, be grateful for what you got and get these last 4 with your health, with your mental health,
right,
with your speech, with the ability to do other things outside of fighting.
It's always hard to like talk about John as if he's not a heavyweight, because John is a heavyweight that sucks himself down to 205. Like, he has a heavyweight frame, he really does. And I've seen people talk about they don't know how John Jones is going to be able to carry the extra weight. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've seen John outside of camp, and I've seen John probably 240. You know what I mean? He gets the belly, and you know, if he can put the weight on in a good way and keep his speed, I think he beats most of the heavyweights. I think a couple of the guys at the top can give him problems. You know, that's, you know, your Francis Ngannou's, and that's just because Francis is such a freak. But I think John beats Francis easier than he beats Stipe, for sure. You know, I think with a guy like Francis, you know, John would have to be a little bit timid and stay away, and then fight Francis in the clinch, because I think John gets to the clinch with Francis Ngannou, he pretty much does what he wants. Not so much with Stipe. Stipe's a good enough wrestler. He can fight in the clinch. He's super strong. Stipe's like a heavy guy, even though he only weighs like 235 or 240, his heaviest. It's weird, like he's just so heavy. Like everything he hits you with is just so hard. But John's good at staying away. Like I think he immediately is a danger factor in that division.
John Jones going to heavyweight is very interesting. Francis is definitely next. I mean, you can't jump over Francis. Francis has been out there destroying everybody. And if you look at how long ago it was that he got that title shot, he's worked his way back. It belongs to Francis Ngannou.
At the press conference, Dana White said, no, we're happy to have John at heavyweight, but next for Stipe is Francis. When you heard that, how did you feel?
I feel more confident about me getting the title shot next.
Are you 100% confident right now as we speak on this Friday morning that you are getting the next title shot?
Yes, 100% sure.
Why are you 100%
I mean, even
sure?
before... Huh?
Why 100% sure? Did someone tell you from the UFC? Did Dana White tell your management? Did any conversations happen since then?
Okay, you just said it, right? You said Dana White said it. So why wouldn't I be sure? So that means I have to doubt on it?
Well, you know how these things go. Sometimes someone says something and then they change their mind.
Unless they have some good reason, which I'm not seeing anything around to help them change their mind.
You don't think John Jones, because on Monday he vacated the title and said, I'm moving up. You don't think that that's a good enough reason?
No, I don't think so.
I don't give a